It's Culted with your 60-second news blast. Legendary DJ and trans rights activist Honey Dijon is pairing up with East London party people Percolate to bring us 4 incredible club nights. This series of events is called Full Fantasy, with a 4-club lineup titled Penetrate, Release, Hidden Treasures and Black Girl Magic. The events run from February 14th to March 8th, finishing with a screening of the iconic queer documentary Mirror Mirror. All proceeds from the screening are donated to charity, and the night is hosted by Honey Dijon in celebration of International Women's Day. Go us. Dijon is known for her celebration of free love and black girl magic, so the titles come as no surprise. She describes the events as a night of oral pleasure to please your senses. Party goers can celebrate their freedom and let go of their inhibitions, unleashing their carnal desires on the dance floor. Dijon is joined by the iconic London party collectives Little Gay Brother, Pussy Palace, Rhythm Section and BBZ to bring us an incredible run of queer parties to kickstart the decade. Are you ready to party with Mama Dijon?
It's Culted with your 60-second fashion blast. London Fashion Week Men's kicked off last Saturday with both Charles Jeffrey and Bethany Williams attracting a lot of attention for their collections. Charles Jeffrey's Loverboy transported audiences into a gender-fluid fairy tale. Jeffrey's avant-garde designs featured bursts of colour, combined with tailoring, draping and spliced fabric. Tarted was a key feature taken from the designer's Scottish heritage. Jeffrey combined classic and modern elements to create a dystopian folklore fantasy. Bethany also made a splash with her Autumn-Winter 20 collection. She collaborated with the Magpie Project, an initiative aiming to improve the lives of families during their time in temporary accommodation. Williams drew on childlike elements for her collection. The designer used pops of primary colours paired with a muted colour palette against white background. The runway featured coveralls, oversized jackets and patchworking, all of which added to the childlike theme of the collection. Williams was awarded the Queen Elizabeth Award for British Design last year, and she's already shown that in 2020 she's a force to be reckoned with. Who are your standouts for London Fashion Week Men's 2020? Let us know what you think below.
It's Culted with your 60-second fashion blast. How would you feel if you could access the latest runway collections with fits you can only wear in a digital space? There's no denying that fast fashion is seriously damaging the environment. Reports show that 1 in 10 consumers admit to buying outfits to post on Instagram, just to return again. With the rise of virtual influencers such as Lil Miquela, digital clothing comes naturally as the next step. In 2018, Norwegian retailer Carlings launched a digital collection called Neo X, allowing consumers to express their creativity without leaving a negative impact on the world. Now in 2019, 3D fashion house The Fabricant specializes in developing digital clothing presented in 3D animations. But how does digital fashion work? It's quite simple. You choose one product, upload an image of yourself, place the order, and then the designer will digitally tailor your outfit. But maybe this trend is targeted too specifically towards Instagram influencers. So guys, what do you think? Would you cop digital fits? Let us know below.
It's Culted with your 60-second fashion blast. Are you always losing your AirPods? If you want to splash your cash, these might help. Gucci is the latest luxury brand to design its own take on the AirPods carry case. The case is made of brown grain leather and covered in the iconic Gucci logo. With a gold chain and clasp, it's yours for £170. £170? That's more than the actual AirPods.
That's the cheapest one on the list too.
If that's not doing it for you, Dior also has a sleek, minimal line of leather cases that come in several colours with a logo keychain to clip onto your belt loop, priced at £270. If you want to make a statement, Miu Miu has a range of crystal and leather cases. The cases feature a simple design completed with stitch detailing and each come attached to their own necklace for a bargain of £245. If you're feeling bougie, for an extra £70, you can upgrade to the crystal case which comes with a flashy crystal chain. Would you splash almost £300 on an AirPod holder? Let us know below. £300!
It's Culted with your 60-second news blast. It seems that whoever is behind Lil Miquela has taken things a bit too far this time. Recently, a video was posted on Twitter by corny ass of Lil Miquela explaining how she was sexually assaulted in a rideshare. She claims a threatening passenger was intensely staring at her, leaning in towards her and whispering, "Are you real?" Then he grabs and pinches her legs and asks, "What about down there?" She goes on to say how embarrassed she feels and that she shouldn't feel guilty for sticking up for herself. Honestly guys, we don't even know where to begin. Lil Miquela is not real, she's a virtual celebrity. This video is disturbing, not to mention insensitive to anyone who's experienced any form of sexual assault. It seems her team has fabricated a traumatic story in an attempt to make her more relatable. And the internet is not impressed, with people asking, are we officially in an episode of Black Mirror? Lil Miquela and her team are yet to respond to the backlash. Here at Culted, we think it's tasteless and ignorant. What do you guys think? It's all a bit too weird, right?
It's culted. Last night, Moncler through an immersive experience in collaboration with J.W. Anderson, 1952, Grenoble, Simone Rocha, Craig Green, Alex, Hiroshi Fujiwara, and Richard Quinn. There were 8 full Genius collections, each with their own separate stages, 3 accessory collections, plus a Rick Owens tour bus. That's 12 collections in total. I'm exhausted already, to be honest. Here are our 2 favourites from the night. First up, we have Richard Quinn with a 2001 Space Odyssey themed incubator. One room had Moncler spacemen walking across walls, while the other room showed models giving dogs haircuts. The collection was exquisite. Quinn reimagined the classic Moncler jacket and created elegant puffer gowns. Quinn said he wanted to collide the sci-fi fashion of the 60s with his own garlanded aesthetic. Of course, we have to mention Craig Green. The first half of his collaborations featured elaborate black and white quilted ski suits. Darth Vader meets cricket, but make it fashion. The second half of the collection featured inflatable suits in a range of dazzling neon colours that we can only describe as wearable high fashion lilos. Iconic. Which one of these collections was your favourite?
It's culted with your runway rundown. Moschino presented their Autumn-Winter 20 ready-to-wear collection last night. While some loathed it, we thought it was quite fun. Moschino is known for being camp, colourful and over the top, and this show was no different. The show felt as if we had time travelled to the royal courts of Marie Antoinette with a 2020 Moschino twist. The pannier skirts and lace-up pumps were modernised with leather jackets and denim, and were paired with Moschino chain belts. Just look at the all-pink leather look that Suju rocked. Seems like the theme of the show was let them be cake and eat it too. When describing the show, Jeremy Scott said, "We all need something uplifting. My role on this earth has only ever been to spread joy and bring happiness." Jeremy Scott knows how not to take fashion too seriously while executing fashion with a capital F. We saw a huge variety of prints, from porcelain patterns to anime. There was wild flocked velvet splashed across coats, trousers and tops, as well as rich silk brocade. Marianne Yonquin looked like Marie Antoinette on her way to a business meeting. One to mention has to be that flowery coat that Gigi wore. Doesn't it remind you of that coat? Perhaps we'll have another lawsuit on our hands. What did you guys think of the cakey show?